You guys want to talk about some camera bags?
Camera bags feel really cool if you know what to look for.
Let me give you a little sense of what we're going to talk about here. We're going to talk about small bags. Once you put your stuff in there, it's tight. Medium bags. These three are some of the most popular. And then large bags. Okay, I'm gonna chunk it up for you. All of these bags are very protective. All of these bags have capacity, interesting features, good materials, right? Some of them are side access, some of them are clamshell. We're gonna get into the details and help you make a decision you'll be happy with, so you're not back here in, 4 months going like, yeah, maybe I think what my life needs is another bag purchase. What kind of photographer are you? Are you like, do you just need a little guy, a little like micro four thirds kind of thing? I love my Fuji X100T. Is old, I got it used. I still use this thing. Love it. But I'm a YouTuber, vlogger kind of guy now. I have these kind of Canon things. By the way, video coming soon on my take on cameras for YouTube. Like there's not enough of those videos out there. But what kind of photographer are you? What kind of bag do you need? I'm gonna show you a bunch here. All right, we're gonna get into it. Make yourself comfortable. Now, before I go any further, I've got to shout out our sponsor for the channel this month. It's Hex. Hex makes a bunch of different bags that are suitable for camera people. They in fact make this bag, the Ranger DSLR, which ends up being, well, you'll also put it it's in the mediums. I've used this a lot actually. One of the things I love about their bags, low-key styling. It doesn't scream, like there's a bunch of dollars in electric equipment in here, electronic equipment for making things for the internet. Low-key, simple styling. I love this massive YKK-10 zipper on the outside of this one. I'm gonna show you this bag. They also make a great sling, the DSLR sling, the Ranger sling from them, which is a perfect low-key vibe to bring an actual DSLR camera out with you. Hex makes great stuff. I think you should definitely know about them. You can use the link below to purchase anything from Hex. I'm not sure if they have a discount on that link, but if I can get a discount for you, it will be applied when you just use that links. Shout out to Hex. Give Hex some love, you guys.
Small bag, small bag.
Okay, let's start off with these smaller bags. Now, I'm gonna have a separate video for slings like that Ranger DSLR from Hex. I have lots of slings. Minimal carry like that is really fun. If you have preferences or favorites on slings, holler in the comments. Small backpacks, though, are probably, in my life, the most fun carry. When I'm vlogging and I need something just small to throw my camera in, maybe a Peak Designs camera clip on one of the straps. I've just got a camera and a lens, my Rode Smart Mic, some tech pouch stuff, and like some spare batteries and an SD card and my laptop. A lot of you aren't going to necessarily love this as your favorite thing, but I gotta start here. The Brevity jumper, I believe it's called. They sent this one out in like cream white. Not the like maybe most stylish color, as some of you probably would dig it. Very, very simple bag. There are some dividers that it comes with, some Velcro dividers. I took them out. I got my camera and my Smart Mic in here. That's it. I got a pouch up top. I've got a laptop compartment. I can't overstate how much I have loved the simplicity of this bag. The very minimal sort of like, just kind of like, hey, what's up? I'm like in Psychology 101. Hi, do you know how the brain works? It just looks like a college kid bag or something. Just like, hey, show me a picture of basic backpack. And to me, that's a feature, not a bug. I do love more complex, more technical, more interesting bags. We're gonna get into plenty of them. Not the most protective. You just gotta know that. Not the most protective. I am the #1 protector of my devices, but I also have kids. Accidents happen. So, not the most protective bag, but I do love this one from Brevity. BTW, I will be putting a link to everything that I mentioned, time-coded, in order, in the description on YouTube. This is how I pay for breakfast for my family, and lunch, and dinner. Also, I keep an updated list of my favorite camera bags at matterful.co/camera. Check it out, and while you're there, get on the email list to be entered to win free gear. Okay, next up in my exciting small bags thing is the Wandered Proverky Light. So it's the same thing as the Provoke, which you'll see later on in both medium and large. They have a 40 liter in that now. This is the Light, and this is my favorite version of this bag. It has a camera cube built into it. It's just a camera cube. Velcro dividers, like pretty solid actually construction. Better constructed than the Brevity, for example, but much more of a robust look. Super protective, very capable for a small rig. And you've got the roll top capabilities for expansion, okay? This is one of those reasons why it's so great. Do I ever dislike this Velcro stuff? I don't like it. But the good news is you can get it all the way up, fill it up with stuff. You've got this great, huge, I always say this is like the Terminator 2, the beginning of Terminator, or maybe 1, where it's like the bomb went off, the sand's like blowing through this old, decrepit playground, and the sand like brushes off this aluminum fucking G-hook from Wandered. Like, it survives the apocalypse. That's all I'm getting at. Quick access pocket is critical, and it's decently sized. I wish it was a little bit bigger. Side door access to your camera stuff. Don't like it. I don't like the way these zippers work. I don't tend to use this, to be frank. But it's nice that it's there. They don't work that bad. They're just, I wish they were an easier zipper to move. You know, I don't like this. I think it's like a number 8, water sealed. It doesn't feel good. A lot of this bag does feel good. Hypalon materials, big old pocket on the front. The criticism on this bag, as you'll see in the other ones too, not a lot of external access. Everything's inside this top flop, or put it down on the ground and open it up. But you do have clamshell access and a great back setup. This is the Wandered Provoke Light. Have you all seen the Peak Designs tote pack? All right, 2 side access, very easy to move zippers. They do use zoom zippers. I think at one point they did have some issues with the zippers, but for my use of these bags, which hasn't been, I'm constantly switching bags. I'm constantly trying different stuff out. You've probably used Peak Design bags harder than I have. Got a like tote handle, which I would shift a little bit. I'd make a little bit longer. You do have this great magnet. How do they work? It's surprisingly strong to keep those things together. That's kind of nice. Simple backpack straps that actually fold away. Really light, low key, if you don't want to carry a lot of stuff in this thing. And good news, there's not a lot of capacity in this. You do have a solid, you also have a zipper on the top and then magnets on the top. Every time I've used this, it's just been magnets. Rely on the magnets. Open this thing up. You've got a laptop compartment in the back, solid, and then all of this stuff is totally customizable how you want. I will say that due to the way that this is made here at the bottom, access into this gets kind of tough because there's a lip here. So what you want to do is you want to have like a long, thin, like tech cube that you put underneath here, like a packing cube, a long like pen case, for example, where put all your tech stuff in there. When you get to where you're going, pull that thing out from there. Then a shelf and your camera on top of that. These pop-up guys do have the ability to put a divider in the middle, break it up into 3 chunks if you want. Peak Design, the good news about any of their products is you're just gonna, like, even years after having them, you're like, this is so well made. What? They really did a good job with these materials. This is their tote pack, and these are accessory straps which click on. You don't have a water bottle pocket out here. This is tight carry. You do have a quick access pocket that is just one of the best in literally the business. Is this pocket here. Slight like admin, but mostly just use this as a stuff sack to put stuff. Okay, let's go with this Vinta. Another tight, compact, really like kind of stylish, a little more of you, like if you dapper up your hair in the morning, if you've got shoes that are a little pointy, you know, you wear dress shoes and shit, this is your style. Now, it opens up clamshell, but you have to open the straps to do that. This will be a feature that you see a lot in this video. Some bags force you to move the straps aside in order to do that. It's not the best, but what it does save you, here's the Wandered Provoke light. When I open up the clamshell here, the straps go with it. Nice, you don't have to worry about that, it's just easy. The bummer is, all the weight of your bag is pulling on that zipper, all of it, right? So it can lead to construction issues and build issues over time. Luckily, small bags, you really don't have to worry about it too much. Don't worry about it. Good. I love the aesthetic and the styling of these bags. I don't think I have an affiliate program with these guys. I don't really care. It's just, I have grown to love simpler and simpler bags the more I've gotten to play with every kind of bag in the world. This is a serious thing, and it's where I'm compromised, so know that about me. If you're looking for super sexy technical, we're gonna get into this one in a second, like, it's worth it. Over time for me, this kind of simplicity, when I am seriously like doing what I do for a living, I love this. This is a very lightweight version of something that is way good enough for me. Decent straps, I actually kind of like this sort of, you know, this sort of utilitarian vibe. Links below. Okay, now these three, we are getting into the beginning of the medium bags, but I included these in the small bag section. Some of you would probably take issue with, like, the Errant shouldn't be in the small bag section. The truth is, it carries really tight. This is the Moment travel wear. Should be, it's like a bigger capacity looking bag. The thing is, once you put your stuff in there, it's tight. Let's start with this one. Moment made these like iPhone lenses. They gotten into bags. This is a beautifully like elegant design, little water bottle pocket that like kind of Elon Musk's its way off of here. You know, actually I can't say that anymore because like there's too much, I don't know what you think of when you think of, you know, I just mean it's like a little more of the future we know is possible. Nice like integrated water bottle. The zipper doesn't go all the way on this side, but it does down to here. And then you have an optional camera cube, which in a very simple way bungees in right on. Great, like I love that it's quite protective for such a thin box. It doesn't take up too much space. Perfect size for my Canon EOS R 15-35, 24-105 kind of thing. You gotta like, this is now, you need very particular items to go with this. It's something that goes right here or two things. They have Moment have some great tech pouches that fit right in here. And then like another big cube pouch thing that like works right here. I'm into cube carry. I'm into packing like cubes, pouches, get to where I'm going, pull that thing out, have that on the desk with me. Has my charger, has my spare hard drive, has lip balm. I don't know, what do you carry? This bag will like work better for you when you're doing that. And then a simple up front flat admin pocket with some side pockets. Very capable design, nice wide strap. Feels kind of comfortable because it's just big enough to really to get your like some heavy gear in here. But like I said, can feel quite tight. And then laptop pocket on the back with some admin stuff up top. Moment travel wear, like the way that the Brevity jumper, the first one, the white one, was like more like, hey, I'm in Psychology 101. This is like, I'm in Psychology 201. I understand that the way that we perceive the world is a function of not just our biology, but also the narratives that we have developed over time. Most of the time, accepting those by osmosis in the culture that we derive ourselves from. Boundary Supply Errant. This is one of the most exciting bags of the last decade. Big, beefy, waffle cone-like breathability back here. Straps come down with the back of the bag. Laptop compartment with nylwool. Like, I love this nylwool material, kind of like felt. It's one of my favorite materials. Lots of little things here. Magnets, just magnets put places. Camera cubes that can go inside here. This camera cube, you can see it's got some Velcro that holds it in there a little bit. This is super solidly built, but kind of a funky design. You've got these rounded edges, which make it easier. Thank you, Boundary Supply. but also make it a little harder to get into those corners. So the thing you're coming in to get, put it right in the middle. This is batteries and things that you got a little more dexterity going in to find. The way that that integrates with this bag, this is closed. So I leave it unzipped, but I can open that up. You can see you've got space right here for some serious pouch-ola. I would be putting my camera, you got these nipple clips right here. This is one thing that I'm like, as I've gotten older with this bag, I don't need this. I don't need this in my life and this zipper. It's nice that it keeps the water out though. But this camera cube on top, again, way better design than you'd expect it to be, or maybe not from this company. It feels really good. Your Micro Four Thirds would fit in here quite well. My Canon EOS R, I have to take all of the dividers out, and so it's just plopped that in there, microphone right on top of it. I'm good with that. This clips in with some nipple clips in the back, magnetic nipple clips that you slide in, and you've got some buttons up front. Really beautiful bag from Boundary Supply, the Errant. I will say that one of the bummers is using this top thing. The bag has this like flop, you have to put stuff in here. This like floppy kind of vibe, and that gets annoying over time. Put your laptop in the back, that solids it up, but it's still gonna have this bend in it. So it's almost like, you're almost like, maybe I'll just use this bottom camera cube because it fixes all of that. The top then, take that camera cube out and just put some pouches in. Douche bags, my final in the small backpack category. Douche bags, unfortunate name for me personally, raising kids and, you know, trying to be a general, like walking around Texas, trying to get people to look at me less than they already are because I'm a long hair. It's fine, just own it. Actually, they're making great stuff. Got a camera cube in here, well-designed camera cube. The materials feel great, actually quite protective. It would pull out easily if it wasn't Velcroed in with some nice little Velcro bits here. One of the things this bag really surprised me with is these pockets ended up being really useful. There's pockets in these sides, both sides. Then there's the way that they do this quick access, which isn't very quick because you have to go around this thing. And sometimes the material isn't beefy enough to keep the structure in place, but you've got quite a bit of space here. So everything flops in here. This is a great, lots of access, lots of visibility in this little zipper on top there. Everything is in that front zipper except for the top pocket and the laptop pocket, okay? Simple straps. I wish they were a little bit beefier. They may have changed this over time, but like, you know, douchebags, call me. There's some ideas I have on this. Ultimately, I gotta admit, don't have an affiliate relationship with these guys. One of my favorite bags in this whole thing. Just like my month or two of using this was, well, I don't know, maybe a year or more ago. And I still like think of that really fondly. I was surprised a lot with this bag. Douchebags. Okay, let's start. Shit, I forgot this one. Well, it's kind of perfect timing for it, actually. This is the Peter McKinnon Nomadic little guy. I think they just call it like the Cube or something. Very low-key bag. Packs down, like the top all packs down, even the straps, and they fold down, and this thing becomes like a camera cube that you put in the Peter McKinnon travel bag, which I'll show you here in a little bit. The thing about this is, for a low-key, fucking really low-key Rambler, just enough protection. In here, you got some dividers. When I use this, I typically just leave it open. Camera, microphone. I've got a pouch in the bag with some SD cards and batteries and things like that that I might need. Just a simple protective case on the bottom, and then a literal, just like water-resistant shell, floppy-ass sack up top. You got a little pocket inside of here. And I think it's basically the only bag here that's not a laptop bag, but I had to mention it because this, for that kind of ramble, that kind of just sort of like, fuck it, let's go out, yeah, let's just do it like a park day or something like that. So low key, but still have enough protection to still be a responsible person with camera gear. Okay, let's start talking about what is probably the most popular size for these camera bags. The medium size camera bag, like kind of regular size that you think of when you think of a backpack. Okay, starting it off, we've got this Hex Ranger DSLR camera. I am attracted to how simple this bag is. I like the little straps. You know, nothing is gonna like wow you like way off the chart. Like everybody's using like crazy materials. This is all just like, oh yeah, that makes sense as a bag. Got some compression straps here on either side, which I don't like to use, but they're useful if you put a tripod thing in here. You can clip that right there. That's kind of nice. I tend to not do that. In fact, when I did carry this as my vlogging thing, I put my tripod on this side right here, or my GorillaPod. Peak Design travel tripod fits right in there, right? So this was a really useful rig for me when I was using this bag. Simple meshes right here, camera charger, like battery charger. Got my, like I just would throw everything right here, and then camera would go right there so that I could just grab it right here at the top of the bag. You can see I've got some like schmutz on it. I used this quite heavily for a while. Nice little admin pocket. It's thin. It's like just a narrow, thin little thing, but it ended up being perfect because it's so wide. I like the width of this bag. This looks like it's side access, but it's not. It's a fuzzy kind of, it's basically a phone pocket, a quick access-ish pocket I've never used. Water bottle pocket, a little simple in its design. This elastic, I give it like a few months of real use in it. It's like maxed out at my 750 milliliter, I'd say, right there. So you'd want a smaller water bottle so that you're not constantly maxing this thing out. But such a low-key, like I really did love compared to like the Peak, the Nomadic, Peter McKinnon, Perverkey, like compared to all of these, this is just like regular backpack and bigger size than the Brevity, the white one I showed at the very beginning. So really actually quite unique in that sense. Like everything else here looks like you're, like is that a bag? I'm partial to the simpler bags personally. I don't like when my bag says too much about me. I do want it to say something about me. Anyways, now we're gonna buy my ebook, right? Okay, let's hit this one. The Wandered Provoke backpack. They just updated this. The light we showed earlier. Now this is like they have a 21 liter and a 41 liter. Show you that 41 liter at some point here. 41 liter is massive. 21 is great size. Like I said, for me, I would prefer to be in the light because in this one, you have a camera cube that can be pulled out, right? Which is nice. It integrates well. It's all Velcroed in. Once it's in, you don't have to worry about it. But I actually prefer the Wandered Light because that's all just built in. And it's a little bit smaller, a little more compact. However, if you need to carry more, a bigger rig, more sort of like, you know, you're at the carnival with your girlfriend and you just happen to win a stuffed animal. It's like, this actually has massive capacity. I tend not to like roll tops too much, but I have to be honest that if you're just a one bag person, which these are the people who have the most respect from me, they do the research, they find what they want and they go in on it. A lot of those people like the expandability of a roll top bag. Very durable, very functional. Wandered Provoke. Another one from Wandered, and one probably my favorite in this category of medium. This arguably could have been in the small, because it does carry quite tight as well. This is the Wandered Duo. Okay, you've got this like condom rubber Hypalon, you know, dingy sort of material. Great water bottle on one side here, like decent expansion. Little clips for you to do some accessories all over the place. Flat front pocket. These things, like the same thing with the Provoke, the Wandered. This is like, you want to find a pouch that's flat that you just throw into here. This is like a perfect spot for like, I always need you, but I never want to see you. Oh, where's that dongle? Oh, that's right. It's in my pouch that's in here. Because I don't like getting into these. Whatever you throw in here is just going to be collapsed like down at the bottom. It's not my favorite thing. On the other hand, this big old wide quick access, very wide, not quite as deep as I'd like it to be. It's a little more of a taco vibe here. Great though. AirPods, phone, maybe like a multi-tool or whatever you need up in here. Like quick one battery and an extra, like your SD card thing for quick access right here maybe. With this bag, you have access to either side at any given time. Here's the other side. Wow, nice. Or just be like a regular person, zip this down a little bit and you've got it right out the top. Here's the deal on this bag. Infinite zip system. Zips all the way down and out. Camera cube built in. Kind of like a minimal camera cube that the bag itself has the protection on the bottom of the bag. Then you've got some protection on the front and the top. My EOS R with a 15 to 35 or the 24 to 105 fits right in there. Some gentle like Velcro that you can divide this if you want. On one side have one thing, on another side have another thing. Then these two guys like kind of designed for lenses. On the flaps on either side, you have some bells and whistles. This guy actually has like literal like cable straps, so your cable would be like strapped right in. You'd see your little iPhone or your headphones or whatever right there. Not my style personally. Little pencil place, laptop place, and a tablet place. Then on the beaver paddle here, you've got a little like meshy bit. All of it quite tight, simple, minimal. This is like one of my favorite, most interesting packs out of this whole thing because it still does have a little bit of low-key styling. You know, it looks cool, it's super durable, and very functional for your rig. I don't love these water-sealed zips, again, on this size. I just don't love this size. I don't like it in use. Do you understand? Like moving it doesn't feel, it's like, I actually avoid this feeling for some reason. Your mileage may vary. Okay, there's actually some more medium guys back there. We've got a little room now. Let's throw some of this stuff in here. Okay, Peter McKinnon, Peak. These two are Peak. Naya Evo, PGY Tech, Wotan Craft, F-Stop, and another Boundary Supply. This is the Boundary Supply Prima. Heavy-ish bag, but extremely robust materials and like a great, it's just super comfortable, like decent little, just a mellow hip strap. This is beefy in a good way, I would say. Mileage may vary, right? Water bottle pocket on this side, side access to an optional internal camera cube. I'm gonna show you inside this in a second, but the integration is actually pretty good for getting access here. I, for some reason, don't mind this zipper. There's so much, it's the same, it is, okay. This is what I'm learning. This is the same frickin' zipper, but because of the structure of the bag, especially with the camera cube inside there, this and the shape of these corners, this is all day long. It guides you where to go. It doesn't collapse on you. Beefy, nice back panel. Great handle, laptop compartment here in the back. Can feel kind of tight, but just throw your laptop in there and you'll be stoked. There's like room for more. You might go like, oh, you could throw an iPad in there, but it starts to feel quite tight and that feels frustrating on the daily. You've got straps with G-hooks that like hide away into this little thing, so it's always there, but if you don't want it, you don't have to look at it. You don't have to have it in some pocket somewhere. I like that because that's what you would use for putting a tripod in here. Little hidden pocket behind the water bottle pocket, and that's like then a quick access on the top that can feel a little bit tight when you're all packed out with this massive packing cube. Nice nylon. Boundary Supply are wizards. They go above and beyond. This bag, a little heavy, a little maybe over-designed for a lot of us, You've got this huge zip way down the middle, so you can get quite a bit of access. Now there is their integrated camera cube. This obviously comes out, and I would probably, this is just too much, it's just too much camera for me. This is set up as a huge, all your camera gear kind of rig. Here's like the smaller, but it doesn't have the door access, which makes this bag super useful. I do not want to get that flap undone and then zip to get my gear. This becomes extremely useful. And then you have to plop it down and open it up like a cadaver and get into this thing. Like I said, really surprisingly like cushy, padded. You'd want to put all your stuff in right and tight in here because everything will kind of like sink in because there's some squish on this and then a really hard divider inside. They go a little bit above and beyond. Okay, so Boundary Supply, I don't know if they have a different cube that integrates with this. If they do, Brandon and the team, holler at me. I will put that into the comments or the description below. Okay, have you seen this one yet? This is f-stop. I don't love just like the boxy. Hello, yes, I have just a box of turtlenecks back here. Like getting out of your Volvo and like, but it's nice and clean actually. Really nice and clean. Extremely durable. Water resistant, external material, expandable roll top, which also helps with the like no weathers getting in there kind of thing. Look at this. Water sealed zips that work just fine. Both sides. The way that these flaps work, you actually get a decent amount of access, like visual access to what you're looking at. Camera cubes, customizable. I have it set up where it's divided in the middle. So, something completely different on this side than on this side if you want, or have things just go straight all the way through. G-hook with some loops, simple, and then like quite a bit of expandability. I think this just comes with one size camera cube, but you've got a lot of space up here. Throw your lunchbox and a sweater and that teddy bear you won for your girlfriend at the carnival. Magnets, right? Have you been inside of any like new Volvos? Right? It feels like that. It's nice. It's nice. Like, oh shit, dude, this bag is nice. You do have this G-hook over the top kind of thing. Get used to that. Laptop pocket back here feels nice and protected. Like these straps. I like these straps. These are pretty solid, thin, but good. No water bottle and nice handle. This like f-stop thing comes off, but I actually like it. Also, a big zip on the whole front. No dimension, so it's totally flat, thin items. I mean, put a book there. I think what you gotta do is you gotta plan on camera gear and then a tech pouch up top. Pull that out anytime you need it. You're gonna have a little bit of hand drag going in and out. That's unavoidable. But very well protected, very clean design. Solid bag from f-stop. Link below in the description. Please use my links if you purchase anything here. If anything I've said has been helpful for getting you into something that you really love, go ahead and honor us with clicking our links and actually purchasing if you do. And no worries if you don't. It's the internet. Okay, let's go through the rest of these medium guys. Wotan Craft, Victor Wooten. This, I did a full review on this recently. I will link to that below at this time code. Lots of expandability, like in terms of like, there's bunches of add-on things that this can go to a large capacity. You've got side access only, no real clamshell. Good materials. This whole thing feels solid, very rustic. It's very like, it's very, you know, hey, I've been in Portland for a while, just cutting down trees and then planting other trees. And I've been taking photos of the process. I guess you can say I've gotten comfortable with my solitude. Comfortable, nice handle up top. I love this, like, it's waxed Cordura. Ultimately, for me, I don't like just the side access. There's no quick access on the outside of this bag. It's all side access. You can unclip those two clips and go underneath, and there's some zippers there for pockets. But anyways, I'll link to my video on that one below. Wotan Craft. PGY Tech. Okay, this is, I think, the Onemo bag. I actually think this is quite well crafted, okay? Just like, they make like drone ND filters and shit, right? Pretty beefy materials and construction, kind of like a general sort of Best Buy tech kind of look. But you've got access into, like, actually this is a water bottle pocket. On this side, 2 different compartments that have their own. Notice how this moves really good? Come on, Wandered. Get with the picture. Inside of here, there's like a removable case. You've got like battery holders. I would remove that case and just use the built-in camera dividers here because they're actually surprisingly good. It has this like expandable front compartment, which actually predates Peter McKinnon's travel bag with Nomadic. Does the same thing. You open this up and you've got a good little space there, but it can also just collapse away. Now we've got a clamshell access around the whole outside. The straps go with it, and here you go. It's just a big cube. Just a big cube with a funny green color. A big Velcroed in shelf right here. All of this is removable, and a like, you know, whatever, like a drone case or something inside. Laptops on this side, great laptop protection. Feels really good from PGY Tech. Okay, Naya Evo. Have you heard of these guys? Some commenter was like, you gotta check out the Naya Evo bags. A little bit of a frame in here, nice little aluminum frame. Their bags are made for outdoorsy sort of stuff, an unremovable hip belt. This is their Fjord 36. They have a 26 that only fits a 13-inch laptop, 36, which is this one, and then an even bigger one, which I'll show you in a minute. Solid materials, outdoorsy, durable. I like this, a little crunchy, but I like it. All water-sealed zips, big old zip pulls, lots of sort of organization, like, but it's a little bit floppy in here. This is where the laptop goes, on the front of everything. Straps have to be moved to the side to get at your thing, right? This is one drawback on this bag, but big old YKK number 10 zip makes that so beautiful. So you just, with bags like this, you just have a move where you roll the straps away and then open up and get inside. Tons of capacity and then some space on top. This little sack right here, this is to a zippable compartment right here. So you have access to that area from the top of the bag without putting it down and about. So this is arguably where I'd end up probably putting my camera for quicker access, to be honest. This line from Naya Evo is actually fully capable of being your like outdoors rig, like going for a while. You might have like a sleeping bag and tent clipped onto the bottom of this, right? In that case, if you're doing a lot of hiking, you might have another pouch attached to the hip packs or something like that. Ultimately, extremely well made and kind of a good, like good outdoor option. I've got another one of those that I'll recommend right next to this in a second. Okay, these 3 are some of the most popular and really the big comparison for a lot of us. Peak Designs, everyday bag. Peak Design, everyday bag. This is the one with the latch. Probably one of the best latch in the business. Magnetic, metal, something about it just is incredible. I haven't loved the look of this, but the truth is, there's something that when you use this every day, there's like, people get addicted. There's a problem. There's actually some support groups that I've been a part of that people are trying to get away from this backpack just because like there's so many other bags out there, but I just love that latch. Okay, this is the OG. Then they made a zip version. This guy's got all side access, beautiful, great materials. It's like, these are some of the most like important bags of the last decade. They're so beautifully conceived. I would say that the laptop compartments, one of the things I love is you've got this like tech taco up top, just a pouch, that's your quick access. It's too tight for my 16-inch MacBook Pro. It fits. It just doesn't feel good oftentimes. 13-inch or just iPad carry, you're gonna love it. If you don't mind it being really tight, you're gonna love it. but I really want that Tech Taco to be usable for me. I want to be able to throw my power adapter in there and have everything I need for my computer right there. But it's just so tight, it makes it really frustrating. That is especially noticeable on this Zip one. The Zip one was definitely where I saw that more than this one. But I prefer the Zip. I like this simplicity all the way around. You can get to either side. Oh, look, my daughter put pecans in here. Get to either side. You've got all of this is like Velcro or like hook and loop so that you can customize this however you want. Excellent water bottle pockets on both of these. Straps down in there that you pull up to like make your accessories strap. Like, they've thought about all the details. Some people have complained about the straps. When you have a really heavy load, you will notice it's like the density here. It's like, oh yeah, because you have a heavy load on your bag. This is Nomadic's most recent one. They, again, another partnership with Peter McKinnon, a YouTube vlog person. Okay, like a jetpack, right? Its thing is like a jetpack. Okay, all of these have this like jetpack vibe. Extremely protected, you know. This is like, I'm going to show you the bigger Peter McKinnon bag in a minute. It's just too big for the everyday. This ended up being a huge improvement for a lot of people. But it's, you know, it's got that look. Like it's jetpacky vibe, right? Laptop pocket here on the side. Rear access to the whole thing. I'll show you that in a second. On the front, take this all the way down. This is just flat with some organization. Couple meshy pockets, lots of these meshies, right? For your smaller stuff. So you take your tech cube, you explode that into here. So it wants you to do all of this carry. I wouldn't do that. I would just have a pouch inside. Great water bottle pockets, huge, massive, and magnets that hold it together. How do they work? Both sides, straps, accessory strap bits for putting in your tripod or your whatever and cinching it up. Again, accessory strap type things. You can connect stuff to this. This is no longer metal, which just got super scratched in the first versions of the Peter McKinnon bag. This is what gets really exciting about this bag though. Okay, again, straps are attached to it as it comes down. Really well protected, really well padded. These guys, modular, okay? 1, 2, totally move it around, figure it out as you want. Over here, you've got some meshies, but they're divided in the center. I wish they wouldn't have made that decision for me personally. I would be able to put more in it, especially since on the front, there's so many of those little type things. You got this guy here, which is your access to this shelf up top. This is actually where I put my camera. Right here with the lens up top. Then the back of the thing, these end up going away, and this ends up being where I put my like tech pouches and stuff. I love this little shelf. I love the way this zipper moves. Okay, very smooth, roundabout. Dig it. Now, these come out. This bag has a lot of features, and they're not all gimmicky. Like, I really dig that. This has some like clips. This whole thing can come out, and you just have a regular bag with a camera cube down at the bottom. Close this up, and now you can get access to through this top zip. You've got to really have like a strategy on where you put zippers. There's like 15 zippers just clicking around waiting for like, grab me. Laptops right next to the back access, right next to this thing, you know, and then there's another one which like this whole front pouch, this whole thing, right? Don't forget about this. Tons of organization. I know a lot of you are gonna love that, and it feels tight as far as like a kit goes, where it's like, I got everything on my fucking bag. This is pretty solid, like really solid. Very protected too. They did a great job. Nomadic did an awesome job with this. This is probably how I'd carry it. This doesn't open all the way. This doesn't go clamshell. This doesn't. The big flat one does. Anyways, this one just goes to here. Really, really capable bags. All of these are the comparison guys right here. Lots of you interested in these. What do I do on this? Nowadays I might go with this. This might just have too many zippers, but if I had a bigger rig that I needed, this protection looks really interesting to me. I think you could fit about the same in here as you can in here and here, but ultimately, I don't like Rocket Pack vibe hard shell bags, personally. Okay, we're getting in to the big boys and girls here.
Big bags.
Do you need more? Do you need to carry more? These are all capable of that kind of carry. These two over here, more outdoorsy. This is a travel bag that has a massive camera insert in it. Another one from Peak. 41 liter Perverki, Shimoda, Peter McKinnon, Compagnon. All right, let me start with this one because this is actually totally doable as a daily carry bag, except for the fact that the straps can look a little big, a little like kind of gnarly, but this pocket on the strap, I'm in love with it. These are some of the most comfortable straps I've ever clicked into. This is Shimoda's X30 action adventure stuff. It's got hip packs that you can pull all the way out or kind of collapse in. Epic for outdoorsy photography, massive roll top expansion, okay? So you've got a lot of capacity in here. What I always say about this bag is it's more floppy than you'll be used to, than basically anything else I've ever used. However, in use, that floppiness, for some reason, ends up, it took a little while to get used to, but it did have this sort of wisdom to it. Am I just getting way too philosophical about this shit? You fucking betcha. But the like, there's a way that it works well. Like, once you get used to it. Also, there are some removable compartments in here that I just had to remove to clean things up. But the way that, like the see-throughness, the durability, got a great laptop compartment. Now, it opens to one side, like so. Okay, I've just got one of their camera cubes in here, which something cool about this in a second. You do have a side door. Doesn't move too bad. I haven't integrated it right now because I just pulled this in. So the camera cube comes out. You can see our, like, the thing that we integrate in with the doorway. But just real quick, I gotta mention their roller bag, which is my favorite thing in the world. It opens up like doctor style. And their camera cubes integrate, so I can just like move something from here directly into there. For some of us, that's a seriously nice feature. They also have other size, cubes. You can add one of these on top of that in here. They make great stuff. Lightweight, durable. This is where your laptop goes right here. Huge YKK number 10, goes all the way around. Quite a strappy bag. You really want to have a purpose with this bag. You're making, like Levi, you're making a documentary about slackliners. That's why you're using this bag, Extremely comfortable, nice frame built into the pack, good load adjusters and hip straps. This Shimoda X30, I'm gonna leave it there, is fucking awesome. Okay, the Hex Cinema Backpack. Again, this video is sponsored by Hex, but none of my opinions on any of this stuff is being paid for. They just wanna make sure they sponsored this. This is awesome. Laptop pocket in the front. You can see like the size of this is like a beefy, big rectangle. Wide hip straps that are not removable, right? Straps that I have to flop over to get at my door here. But once you're inside, so they call this the cinema backpack because like you can get a cinema rig in here, I think is what they're saying there. Tons of gear. Tons and tons and tons of gear for larger loads. Some pockets here on the outside, like meshy, simple water bottle pocket. Admin panel, surprisingly nice. Like this feels like the materials, nothing in this has got like a velour, soft velour thing in here. Nothing in the materials feels like it's like uber, like expensive, like this is made from the tears of virgin something, it's like just solid, solid. And like I said, your laptop's actually on the front of the bag here underneath that flap. So you got a good amount of water protection there. I wish there was like a rain fly that I just popped out. Got some Velcro straps down here to put on tripods and things. Zipper thing, kind of similar to the douchebags bag, right up top into the camera cube. So likely where you'd put your camera that you need any access to. This is like very travel bag ready. And then it's like, I think it's a bit big for a daily carry once you get to where you're going, but you know, there are worse options out there. Okay, we've seen this bag twice already. The light version, then the 21-liter version, now the 40-liter version. This is big, especially with that roll top expansion. Everything's the same, just bigger, right? We've still got these great tote handles. I didn't really talk about these before. Magnets in the handles. This ends up feeling really nice. When you've got a camera cube in there, it stays standing up. The straps are not, I don't have to move the straps back to get in to a massive camera cube in here. Again, this camera cube is an optional purchase. It's you add it on. You've got your big laptop compartment, a nice little spot up top that you can get access to here or through the roll top. Okay, Peak Design travel bag, Nomadic Peter McKinnon travel. They don't call it a travel bag. It's just like the camera bag. It's just big. It's as big as this travel bag. This is an epic travel bag. Okay, that just happens to have a massive camera cube optional inside of here. Some people complain that when you have this, it just like the camera cube ends up taking up too much space in here. I still think it's plenty of space. All of that can click in and lock in. Also, once you've got this like this, there's actually like clips. This can be like a separate bag of sorts. I don't know. Seems like that would be weird, but you do have side access into that. It's not a perfect fit, meaning the door itself, maybe this has changed, but you can see the door, there's my zipper for the, it's like kind of a fit. It's like a little bit of a fit. It gets you there. I think you'd have to have pretty particular needs maybe to use this as the camera bag, but the good news is, it's a great travel bag too. This is the Peak Designs travel bag with their camera cubes. And to be honest, it actually fits, even though it's the same size, I'd say it fits more gear than this one. This has a lot of space taken up by, here's like a big front flap that has some expandability down, like you unzip it around and you get like a couple inches extra here, meant to be sort of like your clothing packed, sort of pack your bags kind of thing. Laptop pocket here on the side, on the back. Big water sealed YKK number 10 zip into the back. Tons of space here, but not very deep, okay? Some people have been frustrated that they have to put their lenses in sideways, their bodies in sideways, because it's just not quite as deep. Then you also have like laptop compartment here if you want, some meshes. I love these dividers. I think they're really solidly built. They're some of my favorite. I like the way that all this looks, like the gold. Everything looks and feels really good here. Straps are massive, beefy, nice, you know? But this size is like sort of in between big and small. So if you really love this look, Rocket Packy, protected, you really got connection to Peter or Nomadic or like there's something that really speaks to you about this, you're gonna be stoked. If I was looking at something in this size, I'd probably go, I'd go more towards this potential. I'll show you that in a second. But it has to be said, this is really well built, a worthy companion, a very worthy companion. Okay, this Compagnon Element, German company, big, beefy magnetic zip, tons of roll top space. X-Pack material, extremely durable, extremely water resistant. Admin pocket up front that feels pretty nice. Again, we don't have a lot of structure. That's pretty good because it's connected to this rigid back panel. It still does good. Velcro, huge water bottle pocket, side door access, which ends up actually feeling, again, really great. I just put the removable hip strap in there. This whole bag, I'll show you the inside in a second, is a camera cube this door works pretty dang good. Why? Because there's so much structure around this zip. Same zip size, same zip place, and the water sealed YKK number 5 probably, I think. Maybe an 8, but 5 I think. Around here, but it works better here than on, for example, some wandered bags, just because the structure and the design of these corners is different. Now, this frustrates me on this bag. We've got these clips for the load adjusters that I have to literally unclip to get into my back panel. And then when I'm there, like these, even when I'm zipping, when they're unclipped, it's like these can get in the way of the zippers. But, big space. Here's this flap from the roll top that actually is removable. So you can get straight access into the top of this thing. Here's my laptop compartment here, which means every time I want to get my laptop compartment, I've got to unclick my load adjuster clips. This sucks, compagnon. No bueno. And then like this clip that comes down over the front, getting stuck in the zipper every time I've opened this up. So it's nice that our straps are on the panel that opens. Would be great if our load adjusters were there, but the reason why they do that is because that's gonna save this zipper over time. That's gonna save the materials over time. It's gonna lighten the load on any of these like these pull apart kind of materials, the stitching and the zipper and stuff. But a very capable bag. How long have I been making this video right now? How long is this video? Is anybody still out there? Okay, just recently reviewed this one. I've got a whole video on it. It's from Moment. It is the Mountain Light 45 liter. It is an ultralight bag with a very lightweight frame, very cozy and comfortable, designed for like a minimal camera setup. Just a little thing right here. Then there's a bag that they have like that would click onto the hip packs here. Your camera goes right in there. That's inside there. Watch the video. I dig this a lot for a large outdoorsy camera carry. Okay, for me, camera carry outdoors, it's gonna be likely a hike, a day hike. I'm not camping and shit, you know? So I would go with the Shimoda. I would go with any of these things because you don't need to take all that much for a day. What you need is like a few sandwiches or whatever. This is sort of designed for we out here, like we're going. So any of you outdoorsy folks, this is a very compelling bag. Link to that below, the Moment Mountain Light. And then last bag, I think, holy schnitzel, Naya Evo. Huge, heavy-ish, like beefy materials, really durable, but like not sparing the density and the heft of anything on this thing. I won't go into too much depth, but know that this is out here and it's really well made and beefy. F-Stop also has big bags in this size. I'm a little more compelled by a much lighter weight version or any ultralight bag, outdoorsy bag with a good camera cube or a good like camera like pouch on the side. All right, let's get you untangled here. Come here, boo. Was this useful for you? Was this helpful? Let me know. How can I make these videos better in the future? This is my roundup of camera bags this year. What is missing? There's a few things that I don't have that should have been included, but I just don't have them in my, like Cecilia's Mercator backpack. Oh my gosh, a little spendy, but boy, is that thing cush. And then like the low Pro Tactic 450, right? Everybody knows about that one in some ways. Don't have it here. But those are actually on the page at matterful.co/cameras. Thank you for watching. Holler at your boy in the comments. Shout out to my patrons, patreon.com/Chase Reeves. If you want to donate, just buymeacoffee.com/Chase Reeves. Love you. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Bye-bye.